wild and raw. I give them meaning, give them love. First rent a home on this cold earth to live in love and to give birth and profit. I guide your skill to build a city, drive the mill, third tax, the universal due to build the us from lonely youth. Some praise the war machine in song, the frantic speed for which they long. That is a childish nomad rage that burns the harvest, wrecks the stage. So I will capture this machine and make it senseless vectors clean. I'll take the nomad fast and free and build a proud military. I'll give its anger a noble cause to guard our homes, protect our laws. The axiom, a perfect tool for an adaptive global rule. I manage flows you can't contain. I filter risk, I channel pain. So why this flight? Why this descent? This wasted energy you've spent. This smooth escape you hold so dear. Just check the mirror. We are here. Then put rebellion to the test to fight the state of futile quest. This freedom that you think you found is just more captured, rented ground. So dream of your beloved smooth. But without my form, you have no truth.
We thought our words were meant to mean a truth, a thought, a feeling seen. But language is the king's decree, the order word we cannot flee. It does not show, it makes us yield, commanding power we can't wield. It speaks the verdict, lets us know you are condemned or free to A transformation swift and strange, bodies are forced to rearrange. It cuts the soul of an
Fuck. Oh, तो आई थिंक पिछली बार यहाँ तक रीड किया था. अब इससे आगे की रीड करते हैं भाई. Nothing. Article 243 N. Continuance of existing laws and panchayats. Okay. Notwithstanding anything in this part, any provision of any law relating to panchayat imposed in a state immediately before the commencement of the Constitution, 73rd Amendment Act 1992, which is inconsistent with the provision of this part, shall continue shall continue to be enforced until amended or repealed by competent legislature or other competent competent authority. Competent authority or until the expiration of 1 year from such commencement, whichever is earlier, provided that all panchayats existing immediately before such commencement shall continue till the expiration of their duration unless sooner dissolved by a resolution passed to the effect by a legislative assembly of the state, or in the case of state having a legislative council, by each house of the legislature of the state. Hmm. Article 243O, bar to interference by courts in electoral matter, notwithstanding anything in this constitution. Clause A, the validity of any law relating to delimitation of constituencies or the allotment of seats to such constituencies made or purporting to be made under Article 243K shall not be called in question in any court. Okay. Clause B, no election to any panchayat shall be called in question except by an election petition presented to such authority and in such manner as is provided for by under any law made by the legislature of state. Okay. Article 243P, definition. In this part, unless the context otherwise requires. Subclause A, committee means committee constituted under Article 243. Yes. District means district in state. Metropolitan area means an area having a population of 10 lakhs or more, comprised in one or more districts. In a district and consisting of two or more municipalities or panchayats or other contiguous areas specified by the governor by public notification to be metropolitan area for the purpose of this part. Municipal area means the territorial area of municipality as is notified by the governor. Municipality means an institution of self-government constituted under Article 243Q. Panchayat means panchayat constituted under Article 243B. The population means the population as ascertained at the last preceding census of which the relevant figures have been published. Okay. Article 243Q, Constitution of Municipalities. There shall be constituted in every state. Clause 1. A Nagar Panchayat, by whatever name called, for a transitional area, that is to say, an area in transition from rural area to an urban area. B. A municipal council for smaller urban area. And C. A municipal corporation for larger urban area. In accordance with provisions of this part. Provided that a municipality under this clause may not be constituted in such urban area or part of thereof as governor may, having regard to the size of the area and the municipal services being provided or proposed to be provided by an industrial establishment in that area and such other factors as he may deem fit by public notification specify to be an industrial township. ये कौन सा, ये जमशेदपुर का है क्या भाई? जमशेदपुर के लिए ये है क्या? I mean, this is maybe, I think I only know Jamshedpur, a industrial town, which is, maintained by Tata. Other than that, I don't know any. And I don't care about it, man. Like, legit, I don't care. In this article, a transitional area, smaller urban area, or a larger urban area means such a area as the governor may having regard to the population of the area, the density of the population therein, the revenue generated for local administration, the percentage of employment in non-agriculture activities, the economic importance or such other factors as he may deem fit, specify by public notification for the purposes of this. Basically, the governor will decide, I guess, by these parameters like population of the area, density of the population, people employed in industrial, non-agriculture sectors. Okay, man. Article 243R, Composition of Municipalities. Save as provided in Clause 2. All seats in municipality shall be filled by person chosen by direct election from territorial constituencies in the municipal area. And for this purpose, each municipal area shall be divided into territorial constituencies to be known as wards. Clause 2. The legislature of state may, by law, provide for the representation in municipality of person having special knowledge or experience in municipal administration. Second, the members of House of the People and the members of Legislative Assembly of the state representing constituencies which comprise wholly or partly the municipal area. The members of the Council of State and the members of the Legislative Council of the State registers as electorals within the municipal areas. The 4. The chairpersons of the committee is constituted under a clause 5 of Article 243 years. Yes, किधर है भाई? Oh man, it is. Okay, I have provided that person referred to in the paragraph 1 shall not have the right to vote in the meetings of municipality. Be the manner of election of the chairperson of a municipality. Okay. Article 243 years. Constitution and composition of wards, committees, etc. There shall be constituted wards, committees consisting of one or more wards within the territorial area of municipality having a population of 3 lakhs or more. Okay. 2. The legislature of a state may by law make provision with respect A. The composition and territorial area of wards committee. The manner in which the seats in ward committee shall be filled. A member of municipality representing a ward within the territorial area of the ward committee shall be a member of that committee. Where a ward committee consists of one ward, the member representing that ward in the municipality. 2 or more wards, one of the members representing such ward in the municipality, elected by the members of wards in committee, shall be the chairperson of that committee. 5. Nothing in this article shall be deemed to prevent the legislature of state from making any provision for the constitution of committees in addition to the ward committees. Oh man, Article 243. 243 the article reservation of seats. Seats shall be reserved for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in every municipality, and the number of seats so reserved shall be as nearly may be the same proportion of total number of seats to be filled by the direct election in that municipality as the population of scheduled caste in the municipal area or the scheduled types in the municipal area is to the total population of that area, and such seats may be allotted by rotation to different constituencies in a municipality. Yeah, man, like I'm feeling a little bit sleepy because mm, I didn't. I slept less last night as I was watching Attack on Titan. I binged watched all of it in like 2 days. So I was watching Attack on Titan all the fucking time in last 2 days. Mm-mm. अरे अरे अरे. Oh, reservation of seats, man. Like it comes back every time to haunt us. Not less than one third of total number of seats reserved under Clause 1 shall be reserved for women belong to scheduled caste or as the case may be the scheduled tribes. Not less than one third, including the number of seats reserved for women belonging to scheduled tribes and scheduled caste of the total number of seats to be filled by direct election in every municipality shall be reserved for women, and such seat may be allotted for rotation to different constituency. You know, there is always a reservation for women, and there is always reservation for lower caste, SC and STs. So women are lower caste people. Okay, man, I'm joking. Okay, I'm joking. The offices of chairperson in the municipalities shall be reserved for the scheduled caste, the scheduled tribes, and women in such manner as the legislature of state may by law provide. The reservation of seats under clause 1 and 2 and the reservation of offices of chairpersons other than the reservation for women under clause 4 shall cease to have effect on the expiration or expiration expiration expiry. I am more of a expiry guy. Expiration of the period of specified in article 334. आई थिंक मेरे हिसाब से दो. देखो भाई, कई लोग रोते हैं कि रिजर्वेशन कब खत्म होगा, कब खत्म होगा. तो मेरे हिसाब से जो रिजर्वेशन खत्म होगा ना, औरतों का रिजर्वेशन, शेड्यूल कास्ट का रिजर्वेशन, शेड्यूल ट्राइब का रिजर्वेशन, ओबीसी का रिजर्वेशन, तब खत्म होगा when people of diverse communities are there in important decisions proportion to their population. Women, how many? Like 49.5% to 50% of population is women, but they are not that much women in Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, or MP MLAs in state and the union. So because of that, the reservation feels necessary. When that will no longer feel necessary, reservation will feel useless then. And that's, I think, a one way of abolition of caste system and reservation. And in broader term, patriarchy also, I think I can connect these things. That's how I think the reservation on all these problems. Obviously, reservation is not a problem. Caste system is a problem, and I think reservation does not end it. It's just like, makes it less worse. So the once people are represented as their population in important positions and all the things we will have, then the reservation will end because there it will have no fucking need. I think that's pretty much the solution for me to ending of reservation caste system. All of these things are coming together to me. That's why I read this fucking. Obviously, like women's reservation is too less, like only 1/3 of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe reservation is given to the women of this groups. And yeah, that is a not a great thing. I don't see it positively. Women should be also be in position of important decision making of our day to day things. They should be also in that positions. Not only women of certain caste or class, of all castes and all classes too. You know, so I see that way. So yeah, I think for me there is a solution for ending of caste system and reservation. This will pretty much make everyone happy, specifically the people who benefit from reservation now. Obviously, the people who don't benefit from reservation, they will not be happy, by ending of the caste system. I think they will not be happy with it. Six, nothing in this part shall prevent the legislature of the state from making any provision for reservation of seat in municipality or offices of chairperson in the municipalities in favor of backward class citizen. Okay, yeah, now I get it. Okay, why was reservation put in there? But I think it is not really a great thing. It is good enough, but we need something great. We need something better, and we are gonna create it. At least I am gonna create it. Okay, man. Like, I want to drink some water. I will be back.
The book lies open, the ink is dry. Why did we let this first truth die? The maps are there for us to use, the rhizome that we fear to choose. They warned us of the rigid mold that breaks the map, the vital fold. Yet we prefer the road the same and bind ourselves in fear and shame. They warned against the law of kin, affiliation by hierarchies. Blind habits block the active will and force the nomad to stand still. We lack connections far and wide and lines of flight that lead outside. Wasp and orchid both embrace the folding of a different space, but when our lines begin to grow, we still repeat the ancient We seek the plane of immanence, but fail to break with common sense. For now the tree of power stands and grips the world with rigid hands. So this remains a scholar's thought, a battle promised but unfought. We need to change and to transgress. But fear the middle's raw excess. We yearn to change and to transgress, and seek the strength to whisper yes. A tyrant mask, a rigid wall that casts a shadow on us all. The abstract machine grinds and waits, seals the locks upon our gates. The white wall spreads the guiding signs. The black hole traps the fleeing lines. It nails our soul to what we are, a fixed and signifying star. Of the past, the face of Christ designed to last. The social code we have to learn. The boss, the father, cold and stern. They trap existence in a gaze, reduce our lives to sinful ways. This serves the sign, applies the seal to make the ruling order real. But hope arrives in whispered art, a chance to tear the mask apart, to see the face. Just a field of lines and colors unconcealed. A swarm of traits we shall become, unsinking from the marching drum. A defactualizing act of grace to find the world beyond the voices slow, where traits begin to merge and flow. A clandestine and vital speed, a non-human and precious seed. This dangerous inhuman quest to put the face at last to rest, a signifiant wild and new, a life the face could not subdue. And hope arise in whispered art, a chance to tear the mask apart, to see the face is just a field of lines and colors unconcealed. A swarm of traits we shall become, unsinking from the marching drum. A defactualizing act of grace to find the world beyond the face.
I am the form, the architect.
Great song. It was a great song, man. Article 243U. Duration of municipalities, etc. Every municipality, unless sooner dissolved under any law for the time being for in post shall continue for 5 years from date appointed for its first meeting and no longer. Provided that municipality shall be given reasonable opportunity of being heard before its dissolution. 5 साल के लिए महानगर पालिका की घंटा गाड़ी चलने वाली है. No amendment. No amendment of any law. For the time being in force shall have the effect of causing dissolution of a municipality at any level which is functioning immediately before such amendments till the expiration of its duration specified in clause 1. Okay. Clause 3. An election to constitute a municipality shall be completed. Subclause A. Before the expiry of its duration specified in clause 1. B. Before the expiration of period of 6 months from the dates of its dissolution. One thing I'm enjoying the constitution reading, man. Like पहले पहले तो मैंने मजाक में स्टार्ट किया था. Like I wanted something to read and I also had interest in reading the Constitution of India. Now I think I enjoy this and new thoughts and ideas and projects have come in my fucking head after this. Starting this project now. A municipality constituted upon the dissolution of municipality before the expiration of a duration shall continue only for the remainder of period for which the dissolved municipality would have continued under clause 1 and had it not been so dissolved. मतलब एक बार महानगर पालिका इलेक्शन हुआ और उसको डिसॉल्व कर दिया तो जो अगली म्यूनसिपैलिटी का ये हो गए लोग हो गए वो उसी टाइम फ्रेम में तो कि ये कर सकते हैं सत्ता में रह सकते हैं. अगर 1 साल पहले की म्यूनसिपैलिटी की थी तो ये शायद 4 साल रहेंगे और फिर अगली बार फिर से इलेक्शन होगा. ओके. Article 243B. Disqualification for membership. A person shall be disqualified for being chosen as and for being a member of municipality. Subclause A. If he is disqualified by or under any law for the time being in force for the purposes of election to the legislature of the state concerned, provided that no person shall be disqualified on the ground that he is less than 25 years of age, if he has attained the age of 21 years. Subclause B. If he is so disqualified by or under any law made by the legislature of the state. Two, subclause 2. If any question arises as to whether a member of a municipality has become subject to any of the disqualification mentioned in clause 1, the question shall be referred to for the decision of such authority in such manner as the legislature of a state may by law provide. Well, I'm getting fucking bored, man. Spicy दो भाई, spicy. You know? अरे 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 इधर गया. अभी और 1 घंटे के लिए स्ट्रीम जाने वाली है. आई थिंक मेरी रीडिंग की भी स्पीड बढ़ चुकी है भाई. देखते हैं 1 घंटे में कितना कंप्लीट करता हूँ मैं अब. अभी 162 पे. आर्टिकल 243W. Powers, authority, and responsibilities of municipalities, etc. Subject to the provision of this constitution, the legislature of a state may by law endow A with the subclause A, the municipality with such power and authority as may be necessary to enable them to function as an institution of self-government, and such law may contain provision for the devolution of powers and responsibilities upon municipalities, subject to such condition as may be specified therein with respect to 1. The preparation of plans for economic development and social justice. The second, the performance of function and implementation of schemes as may be entrusted to them, including those in relation to the matters listed in 12th schedule. B. The committees with such power and authority as may be necessary to enable them to carry out the responsibilities conferred upon them, including those in relation to the matters listed in the 12th schedule. 12th schedule का क्या है भाई? रुको भाई. ये है 12th शेड्यूल, जिसको 74th अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 1992 में ऐड किया था. इसके 18 मैटर्स है. अर्बन प्लानिंग इंक्लूडिंग टाउन प्लानिंग. ओके, तो ये जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ है वो म्यूनसिपैलिटीज़ की होगी ऑब्वियसली. रेगुलेशन ऑफ लैंड यूज एंड कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ बिल्डिंग्स. प्लानिंग फॉर इकोनॉमिक एंड सोशल डेवलपमेंट. रोड्स एंड ब्रिजेस. वाटर सप्लाई फॉर डोमेस्टिक, इंडस्ट्रियल एंड कमर्शियल पर्पजेस. Public health, sanitation, conservancy, and solid waste management. Fire services. 8. Urban forestry, protection of the environment and promotion of ecological aspects. ये तो फॉलो ही नहीं हुआ भाई, मतलब रोड्स एंड ब्रिजेस, वाटर सप्लाई फॉर डोमेस्टिक, इंडस्ट्रियल एंड कमर्शियल यूज। ओके, मतलब ट्राई तो करते हैं भाई, ये करने का ट्राई करते हैं। अर्बन फॉरेस्ट्री, प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ द एनवायरनमेंट एंड प्रमोशन ऑफ इकोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट्स। मेरे शहर की तो भाई मैं प्लानिंग को थोड़ा ठीक ही कहता हूँ कि आई थिंक इट इज़ नॉट द वर्स्ट, इट इज़ नॉट सर्टेनली द वर्स्ट, आई कंसिडर इट। फायर सर्विसेज, पब्लिक हेल्थ, सैनिटेशन, कंजर्वेंसी एंड सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट, ये तो अभी अभी आ रहा है, मतलब घंटा गाड़ी ये सब तो अभी अभी आ रहा है। सैनिटेशन, कंजर्वेंसी, पब्लिक हेल्थ, हाँ मतलब इतना मन के मुझसे 100 में से मैं 50 दूंगा, इतना मतलब इतना इतना दूंगा मैं, 100 में से 50। Safeguarding the interests of weaker section of societies including the handicapped and mentally retarded, ये तो नहीं करते भाई। आई डोंट नो इफ दे डू इट, मुझे तो नहीं पता भाई, आई रियली डोंट नो अबाउट दैट। Slum improvement and upgradation, so basically India had slums since 19 had seen, started to have slums before 1992. Okay man, I mean, and we didn't solve the problem of slums in any meaningful way. Urban poverty elevation, okay, ये तो हुआ ही नहीं है। Provision of urban amenities and facilities such as parks, gardens and playgrounds. Okay, I mean this does happen, okay, like जब भी नई कोई प्लॉट की डेवलपमेंट होती है लैंड की, तो उस पे इस सब चीज़ों के लिए जगह छोड़ दी जाती है, बट इट इज़ नॉट द बेस्ट मैन। प्रमोट 13. Promotion of cultural, educational and aesthetic aspects. Okay. 14. Burials and burial grounds, cremation grounds and electric crematoriums. Okay. 15. Cattle pounds, prevention of cruelty to animals. कैटल पाउंड्स क्या होता है भाई? What the fuck are cattle pounds? ओके, एक जगह है भाई गायों को रखने की, एनिमल्स को रखने की। वाइटल स्टैटिस्टिक इंक्लूड रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ बर्थ एंड डेथ्स। ओके। 17. Public amenities including street lighting, parking lots, bus stop and public conveniences. 18. Regulation of slaughterhouses and tanneries. ओके ठीक है, मतलब हम्म। और ये मतलब रेगुलेशन ऑफ स्लॉटर हाउसेज एंड टेनरीज, इसका क्या मतलब है? खुले में नहीं करना या रिलीजियस जगह पे नहीं करना हिंदुओं के, या थोड़ा या इट डज स्मेल ओके, so I mean I can understand it, okay. Article 243X, power to impose taxes by and funds of the municipalities. The legislature of state may by law. अरे अरे भाई भाई, a authorized municipality to levy, collect, and appropriate such taxes, duties, tolls, and fees in accordance with such procedure and subject to such limits. Be assigned to a municipality such taxes, duties, tolls, and fees levied and collected by the state government for such purposes and subject to such conditions and limits. 3. Provide for making such grants in aid to the municipalities from the consolidated fund of the state, and D. Provide for constitution of such funds for crediting all monies received respectively by or on behalf of the municipalities, and also for the withdrawal of such monies thereon, as may be specified in the law. Mm-hmm. Okay. Article 243Y, Finance Commission. The Finance Commission constituted under Article 243I shall also review the financial position of municipalities and make a recommendation to the governor as to A. The principle which should govern 1. The distribution between the state and the municipalities of the net proceeds of the taxes, duties, tolls, and fees leviable by the state, which may be divided between them under this part, and the allocation between the municipalities at all levels of their respective shares of such proceeds. The determination of the taxes, duties, tolls, fees which may be assigned to or appropriated by the municipalities. 3. The grants in aid to the municipalities from consolidated fund of the state. B. The measures needed to improve the financial position of the municipalities. C. Any other matter referred to the Finance Commission by the governor in the interest of sound finance of the municipalities. 2. The governor shall cause every recommendation made by the commission under this article, together with an explanatory memorandum as to the action taken thereof, to be laid before the legislature of the state. Does India currently have a hot भाई पैर मेरा पैर पिचक गया है. I'm having a little bit of pain. क्या इंडिया का अभी ये है क्या फाइनेंस कमीशन सॉरी स्टेट का डू इंडियन स्टेट हैव फाइनेंस कमीशन आर्टिकल 243Z Z or Z. I think Z is American and Z is DayZ and DayZ. You know the video game. Who plays that? Audit of accounts of municipality. The legislature of state may, by law, make provision with respect to the maintenance of accounts by the municipalities and the auditing of such accounts. Article 243ZA, election to the municipality. The superintendence, direction and control of the preparation of electoral rolls for and the conduct of elections. All election to the municipality shall be vested in the State Election Commission referred to in Article 243K. Second, subject to the provision of this constitution, the legislature of state may by law make provisions with respect to all matters relating to or in connection with elections to the municipalities. Article 243B ZB Application to Union Territories. The provision of this part shall apply to the Union Territories and shall, in their application to Union Territory, have effect as if the reference to the governor of a state were reference to the administrator of the Union Territory appointed under Article 239 and reference to the legislature or the legislative assembly of a state, where reference is in relation to Union Territory, having legislative assembly to that legislative assembly. Provided that the President may, by public notification, direct that the provision of this part shall apply to any union territory or part thereof, subject to such exception and modification as may he may specify in the notification. Article 243 ZC. Part not to apply to certain areas. Nothing in this part shall apply to scheduled areas referred to in clause 1 and the tribal areas referred to in clause 2 of Article 244. Nothing, second, nothing in this part shall be construed to affect the function and powers of the Darjeeling Gorkha Hill Council constituted under any law for the time being in force for the hilly areas of the district of Darjeeling in the state of West Bengal. I want to know about these people, man. Darjeeling Gorkha Hill. Oh, also Darjeeling Gorkha Hill Council, also known for short period of time as Darjeeling Gorkha Autonomous Hill Council, was semi-autonomous body that looked after the administrature of the hills of the Darjeeling district in the state of West Bengal, India. DGSC had three subdivisions under its authority: Darjeeling, Kalimpong, and the Khoresong, and some areas of Siliguri subdivision. Okay, so basically, I think Indians or the Indian state offer them like protection from the Indian state, and they will have their rule also, and not meddle in their matters. So yeah, it is okay. Uh, Three, notwithstanding anything in this constitution, Parliament may by law extend the provisions of this part to the scheduled areas and the tribal areas referred to in clause 1, subject to such exceptions and modification as may be specified in law, and no such law shall be deemed to be an amendment of this constitution for the article of 368. Article 243 ZD Committee for District Planning. 1. There shall be constituted in every state at the district level at the district a district planning committee to consolidate the plans prepared by the panchayats and the municipalities in the district and to prepare a draft development for the district as a whole. Okay. Second, the legislature of state may by law make provision to respect to A. The composition of district planning committees. B. The manner in which the seats in such committees shall be filled, provided that not less than 4/5 of total number of members of such committees shall be elected by and from among the elected members of panchayat and at the district level and of the municipalities in the district in proportion to the ratio between the population of rural areas and the of the urban areas in the district. The manner in which the chairperson of such committee shall be chosen. Okay, so डिस्ट्रिक्ट से और रूरल एरिया का जो पॉपुलेशन का रेशो होगा उन्हीं से ये मेंबर जाएंगे, उन्हीं के रेशो वाइज जाएंगे. और 4/5 तो डायरेक्टली में इन तरह से इलेक्टेड मेंबर से जाएंगे पंचायत और म्यूनसिपैलिटी वालों से. 3. Every district planning committee shall in preparing the development plan they have regard to matters of common interest between the panchayats and the municipalities, including spatial planning, sharing of water, and other physical and natural resources. The integrated development of infrastructure and environmental conservation. ऐसा तो कुछ होता ही नहीं हुई. Second, the extent and type of available resources, whether financial or otherwise. Consult such institution and organization as the governor may, by order, specify. For the chairperson of every district planning committee shall forward the development plan as recommended by such committee to the government of the state. Article 243 Committee for Metropolitan Planning. There shall be constituted in every metropolitan area the Metropolitan Planning Committee to prepare a draft development plan for the metropolitan area as a whole. Second, the legislature of a state may by law make provisions with respect to the composition of the metropolitan planning committees. B. The manner in which the seat of such committee shall be filled, provided that no less than 2/3 of member of such committee shall be elected by and from among the elected members of the municipalities and chairperson of the panchayats in the metropolitan area, in proportion to the ratio between the population of the municipalities and of the panchayat in their area. The representation in such committees of the government of India and the government of the state and such organization and institution as may be deemed necessary for carrying out the function assigned to such committees. The function relating to planning and coordination for the metropolitan area which may be assigned to such committees. The manner in which the chairperson of such committee shall be chosen. Every metropolitan planning committee shall, in preparing the draft development plan, have regard to the plans prepared by the municipalities and panchayat in the metropolitan area. Second, matters of common interest between the municipalities and panchayat, including coordinated spatial planning of the area, sharing of water, physical and natural resources, and integrated development of infrastructure and environmental conservation. हाँ वही है मतलब जो पहले पढ़ा था उसका ही हूँ. The overall, the overall objective and priorities set by the government of India and the government of the state. For the extent and nature of investment likely to be made in the metropolitan area by agencies of the government of India and of government of the state and other available resources, whether financial or otherwise. B. Consult such institutions and organizations as the governor may, by order, specify. For the chairperson of every metropolitan area, planning committee shall forward the development plan as recommended by such committee to the government of the state. Article 243 ZF. Continuance. Continuance of existence and municipalities, notwithstanding in this part any provision of any law relating to municipalities in force in state immediately before the commencement of the Constitution, 74th Amendment Act 1992, which is inconsistent with provisions of this part, shall continue in force until amended or repealed by a competent legislature or other competent authority, or until the expiration of 1 year from such commencement, whichever is earlier, provided that all the municipalities existing immediately before such commencement shall continue till the expiration of the duration, unless sooner dissolved by the resolution passed to that effect by the legislative assembly of that state, or in the case of state having a legislative council, by each house of the legislature of the state. Article 243 ZG. Bar 2. Interference by courts in electoral matters, notwithstanding in this constitution. A. The validity of any law relating to the delimitation of constituencies or the allotment of seats to such constituencies made or purporting to be made under Article 204 43 ZA shall not be called in question in any court. B. No election to any municipality shall be called in question except by election petition present to such authority and in such manner is provided for by or under any law made by the legislature of a state. Okay, I mean this is like clear cut. This can be used, by the ruling party who can make new constituencies. This is bad, man. I think the BJP is currently using it excellently in West Bengal and Assam, where they change the seats in that way that the Muslim voters matter less. They did that. So I think this is a clear cut. I have to put it in. Wait a fucking minute. Okay. Article 243 Z, हाँ ये तो अभी पढ़ा है. Article 243 Z H definition in this part unless the context otherwise requires. A authorized person means a person referred to as such in Article 243 ZQ. Q तो अभी बहुत बाद में है, अभी तो H है. और I forgot ABCD. A B C D F G H I J K H I J K L M N O P Q. हाँ आ गया. Board means the board of directors or the governing body of cooperative society by whatever name called to which direction and control of the management of the affairs of a society is entrusted to. The cooperative society means a registered or deemed to be registered under any law relating to cooperative society for the time being in force of any state. The multi-state cooperative society means a society with objects not confined to one state and registered or deemed to be registered under any law for the time being in force relating to such cooperatives. Office bearer means a president, vice president, chairperson, vice chairperson, secretary, or treasurer of cooperative society, and includes any other person to be elected by the board of cooperative society. Register means appointed by central government in relation to multi-state cooperative society, and the registrar of cooperative society appointed by the state government under the law made by legislature of a state in relation to cooperative societies. G. State acts means law made by the legislature of state. At state level cooperative society means a cooperative society means a cooperative society having its area of operation extending to the whole of a state and defined as such in any law made by the legislature of a state. Article 243 ZI. Incorporation of cooperative society. Subject to the provision of this part, the legislature of state may by law make provisions with respect to the incorporation regulation and winding up of cooperative societies based on the principle of voluntary formation, democratic member control. Member economic participation and autonomous functioning. Okay, I'm gonna end it here as today. Like how many pages? Like we started at 157. We have read 10 pages. I wanted to go on, but I have some other thing to do. Bye bye. I'm gonna stream regularly from today or no, tomorrow. Bye bye.